Hello, everyone. This is Mr. McCarthy with Owen County High School. Make sure you hit the like and share. It's on this side or this side, one of those. Anyways, like and share on YouTube. So today we're going to talk about how we're going to structure our business and our business design. So this is marketing course. We are going to talk about marketing, but for the first couple units, we're going to talk about the business aspect of it. So I'm going to hit present on my screen here. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how we're going to start our business and starting a business basically in general. So before you begin your start venture or your business, you're going to look at the advantages and disadvantages. We're going to talk about some different structures of ownership. Right? We're going to talk about those as we kind of go through, but we do need to look and see how we're going to set up our business, who's going to be considered the owners, and how we're going to get those in place. Your choice of a legal form of business ownership depends on your needs and goals. Yeah, what are we trying to get to? What type of business are we trying to start? Looking at our end goal also, what are we going to do with our business? Are we going to hold on to it forever? Are we going to try and put it out to other places? And again, something we'll talk about. The ownership form that you choose affects the way that your business is taxed and what government regulations your business must follow. So this is a huge, huge part of it. How we're going to get taxed, and everybody's going to get taxed. There are some different taxes that go onto a business, and there's a lot of government regulations that come into place. Forms you have to file, things you have to report, and things along those lines. And then after you review the strengths and weaknesses of each business structure, you can determine the option that best suits your needs. Again, so make sure you're looking at your different options. You don't want to just jump on the first thing that comes along or start your business just right away. You want to make sure you do some research so that you know what you're doing. And then the last one, since each business situation is unique, and it really is, there aren't really any hard and fast rules. You have to do this, you have to do that to determine the best form of ownership. It's going to be determined on what you have. Who's involved with you? Do you have some other people involved with you, or is it just you? All right. So one of the things that we have to ask ourselves, we're going to start a business. First thing we need to talk about, do we need a license or a permit to perform our type of business? Now, there's a lot of businesses you can get into. Some of them you have to have a license. Right? For instance, if you're going to be a barber, you need to have a license so you can cut hair. Right? If you're going to work on electricity, you need licenses and permits. People got to know that you're going to know what you're going to be doing. The big thing for a lot of people is how are you going to get the money to start a business? It's not free to start a business, and it's been proven that a lot of businesses fail early on. Right? You got to have the money to operate. You got to be able to pay your employees. You got to be able to pay for your location. It's very expensive to start a business. So how are you going to get that money? Where's it going to come from? And as we talked about, how are we going to structure this so that we can operate, so that we can move forward, so that we can grow and become the business that we really want to try and be. So, as we talked about starting business, first thing we got to do, determine the nature of the business. What are we going to do? All right. What is the purpose of our company? Number two, assess your desired level of independence or control. Do you want to be in control of it? Right? Do you want to do this all by yourself? Do you want to have other people that are going to be working with you? If they're going to be working with you, are we even on the same plane? Are we 50-50? Or am I going to be 51%? You're going to be 49%. Because if I'm 51%, I have more control. All right. So you got to figure out how much control you want to have in your business. Evaluate your financial needs. Do we have enough money to be successful early on? How much are we going to need? All right. And that's probably the biggest part of a business is going to be the money aspect of it. Okay. Number four, examine your willingness to assume risk. We're all different on the amount of risk we want to take. All right. How risky do you want to be with your business venture? A lot of that comes down to money and the amount of people that are involved. You could be a risk taker, but if you have a partner who's not a risk taker, you guys are going to have to figure that out. All right. Whose willingness? Are we going to go with my willingness to take a risk or your willingness not to take a risk? But we have to find that happy medium. And number five, analyze your experience and abilities. What am I good at? What have I done before that I can bring into this business? And how are we going to make this work? Last step, we're going to implement our steps to legalize our business. And yes, we do have to have a legal business. Right? We have to file the paperwork for our taxes. We have to be able to pay our employees, insurance. There is a long, long list of things that you have to make sure you have in place to have your business running legally. And so the last ones we have are these two websites, and we're going to take a look at these. So this is from SBA. This is the Small Business Association, and then I'm not sure the Balance SMB. So we'll take a look at these real quick. We're going to click on them. So 10 steps to start your business. Again, the U.S. Small Business Administration. Great website if you're interested in starting a business. Take a look at. So we'll look at what they're going to say and kind of go from there. So number one, conduct market research. Okay, we want to make sure that we're going to have a successful business. All right, you want to make sure that it's going to fit your customers, that you're going to be able to have customers, okay, and that we can have an advantage for our business. We don't want to be just another hamburger place. All right, you got to have something that's going to separate us. Number two, write your business plan. We want to write out what we're going to do so that we can come back to this. Right? We're going to talk about our business and our marketing plan a lot later once we get through our marketing. But you want to make sure you have a plan for what you're going to do. You don't want to just say, oh, we're just going to wing it or we're going to figure it out, because you're going to miss things. There's going to be opportunities that you might miss. There's going to be things that could go bad for your business because you don't have a plan for how you're going to go about this. Number three, and we've talked about this one, fund your business. You got to have money. How are you going to get the capital to start your business? Okay, how are you going to make your business plan go? Nothing's free. Definitely not starting a business either. Number four, and I think this is probably one of the most important things that you can have, is going to be your business location. All right, where are you going to have your business? Are you going to be in a crowded area? Maybe you don't have a good entrance to your business. If cars can't get in and out of your business, it's going to be hard for them to come and visit you. Maybe you find a great piece of property, but it's out in the middle of nowhere and there's no customers around. So it's hard to get people to come out to your business. So you want to make sure you have a good location. And like it says here, the choices you make could affect your taxes, legal requirements, revenue. I mean, a lot of that goes into the business location. And number five, what we've been talking about, your business structure. All right, impact your business registration requirements, how much you pay in taxes, and how liable you are for your business. All right, the last one, the personal liability, we're going to get into that a little bit later, and we're going to get into what these letters are: LLC, corporations. All right, we want to have a name. Okay, we want to have a name that people know. All right, you want something that's going to catch people's attention and catch people's eyes so that they know your business and it sticks out amongst the crowd. Number seven, you've got to register your business. All right, make it legal and protect your brand. All right, you want to have a brand. We'll talk about brand marketing and brand imaging and those kind of things. But you want to make sure that you've registered with the government, and you also have to register with your state if you're going to be operating a business. Okay, so when you register, you got to have your name. So you got to register your business under your name that it's going to be, and also who else is going to be involved. And then we talk about federal and state tax IDs. Got to pay taxes, man. That's part of it. You get your EIN, employer identification number. You start paying taxes. You learn about EINs. All right, but you got to pay taxes. That's part of the game. Number nine, the license and permits. Again, you have to have a license to operate a business. You can't just start a business. You have to have a license for what you're going to do. All right, most states, even some counties and municipalities, have rules about putting a business in that you have to apply with them. All right, so make sure you understand that the license and permits that are required. And then number 10, you're going to want to have a business account. All right, business account keeps things separate from personal. When we talk about finances, we'll get into that a little bit more. All right, and then we have one other website we're going to look at real quick. So starting a business, this is the Balanced Small Business. All right, now a lot of these are going to be the same. So let's see what they say. So do your research. Yeah, that matches up just about evenly with number one, conduct your market research. Okay, number two, make a plan. Yeah, that was the same there. So write your business plan. Number three, finances. All right, you got to know where you're going to get your money from. Talk about getting a small business loan, grants, all those kind of things. Rent, utilities. You got to pay a lot of things that you really don't always think about. And that's what that plan is going to help you with. Make sure you understand everything. Okay, number four, business structure. So this one has location ahead of structure. You know what? It doesn't really, you're going to have to get them all done anyways. How you're going to set up your business and then where you're going to put it. So they have step 5, pick and register your business name. We're going to come back to that one. So here, this one has business structure as 5, then your business name. They're the same there. License and permits. Yep. register your business, federal and state tax, license and permits. All right, choose your accounting system. I don't know if this is quite as big as something we're going to get into. When we talk about accounting and finance, maybe we'll get into that one a little bit more, but it is important how you set that up. And then the one that I think is very important, set up your business location. Right? Where are you actually going to be operating out of? Where's your business going to be? And they're having business account as 10. And then number 9, get your team ready. So this is very important. Start hiring your employees and promote. This is a big part of marketing and what we're going to talk about. You got to be able to promote your business to get it out there so that people know what's going on. So we've gone through the first couple slides here. We're going to take a pause there for today. Please make sure that you complete our short quiz that we have in Google Classroom. And if you have any questions, let me know.